Okay. So today's topic is about validation rules. Now, what is validation rule? What is validation? So validation helps us to insert correct values, right? Suppose if there is any false value, then validation will not work, right? Validation का सबसे पहले हम लोग मतलब समझते हैं इसमें. And I'll select any app like suppose I. So there are many tabs here. I'm going to open any tab, suppose this one, and I'm going to create a new account. Now, without entering any value, I'm going to save this. So we are seeing a message is here uh, visible in front of us, right? This message, review the following fields, right? So it is validation. This is validation. So Salesforce provide both custom and uh, advanced standard code. So custom and standard validations. So these validations we haven't uh, customized this. So these validations are considered to be standard validation, right? Now I will create my own custom validation rules so that we'll see that what type of customization we can do by using validation rules. So this is a standard app. So it was for an example, right? So is it clear? What is validation? Validation, what does it mean?
Yes.
तो सपोज मान लीजिए हम किसी फील्ड में जैसे इसमें ही है जैसे इसमें ही है अकाउंट नेम, यहाँ एक एस्ट्रिक सिंबल है, दैट मीन्स इट इज अ मैंडेटरी फील्ड, राइट? तो हम यहाँ पर कोई वैल्यू डाले बिना ही हम इसको अगर सेव करने की कोशिश करते हैं तो ये एक प्रॉब्लम, ये एक मैसेज दे रहा है, दैट मीन्स दिस फील्ड अबाउट एंड दिस फील्ड गेट्स हाईलाइटेड. ये फील्ड हाईलाइट भी हो गया, दैट मीन्स हेयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम. सो ये प्रॉब्लम जो ये चीज़ जो है ये सेल्सफोर्स ने खुद बनाया हुआ है और हम लोग भी ऐसा इस तरह का ही कुछ कस्टमाइजेशंस अभी करेंगे बाय यूजिंग वैलिडेशन रूल्स. So those customizations, those validations, whatever we do is termed as custom validations. Now I'm going to training management. Here validation, it means if we don't enter, and it is saying that correct values, right? So if we don't enter correct values, then then it will give the same message. So here you can see is blank, right? Now we'll understand about is blank. So is blank is a field that is it is considered to be a custom validation, right? And if Salesforce is using, then it could be considered as a standard or advanced, right? Standard or advanced. So now what is blank and why it is used? So it will tell us if the field is blank, if the field is blank, then the system returns. So it is if the field is blank, then the system returns true. What it means? Suppose, let me go there once again. सपोज ये ईमेल आईडी वाला फील्ड है, राइट? सो this field is empty here, this field is blank here, right? So I'm going to create a validation to see this whether the field is blank, it is taking or not, right? तो एक वैलिडेशन रूल बनाएंगे हम जिसमें हम ये देखेंगे कि इस ब्लैंक का फंक्शनैलिटी क्या है. सो इज ब्लैंक एंड अदर फंक्शनैलिटी वैलिडेशन मीन्स हमने ईमेल के बारे में एक पहले भी इस फील्ड को मैंडेटरी बनाकर हम देख चुके हैं, राइट? तो डू यू रिमेम्बर कि हम मैंडेटरी बनाने के लिए क्या करते हैं? किसी भी फील्ड को मैंडेटरी बनाने के लिए क्या करते हैं? जैसा कि ईमेल डेटा टाइप हम जब क्रिएट कर रहे थे ईमेल फील्ड, तो हमने जो डेटा टाइप लिया था ईमेल, तो देयर वाज एन ऑप्शन कॉल्ड required. There was a box called required. So if we check that box, then this field becomes required. We can't leave this field empty, right? Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes. So जब हम ईमेल क्रिएट कर रहे थे उस समय ये एक बॉक्स था, राइट? सो और दूसरे क्या ऑप्शंस हैं? So first option is while creating the field yes, there was an option, right? So there was a box called called required. So in that box, if we check, then this field becomes mandatory. How to make a field? So first is this, and second is validation rules. So second is by using validation rules, right? So by using validation rules, we can make our field mandatory, right? You can't skip that field, right? So and third is some page layouts. Fourth option is figures, and fifth option is VF pages. So these two options will now, but we'll learn about these three options, right? These three options. So first of all, first option we have learned few days ago, and second option we are going. तो हम फील्ड को मैंडेटरी बनाने के लिए, रिक्वायर्ड बनाने के लिए वैलिडेशन रूल का यूज करते हैं. So now for this we are going to, so this is email id, right? This is a field which we are going to make it mandatory. First let us see by creating an example, right? So I'll go to setup and edit object. By selecting edit object, it will directly head you towards the same object which you have selected here. Suppose I had selected trainers, so I'm here on the trainers edit page. We will scroll down and here is validation rules. Click on that now. So what I'm going to create, I'm going to create a test validation, right? And test for email ID. Anything we can put in the description box. Anything what about whom about the person for whom we are making this customizing this app. So anything he wants, you can put here in description box. Now in the field, suppose I'm anything I am putting, and in the error message box, this field is mandatory, right? So which field? We are going to make the email field mandatory, right? So I have to select that and save. I'll refresh this page and edit. So if I'm going to save this, yes, we haven't put any we haven't put anything in the field, right? In the this field, and the this field is mandatory. It is showing here, right? And which field I am talking about? I am talking about this field, email ID, right? So is it clear? So
Yes.
this is an example. Now we are going to edit. Now I'm going to create about trainer. So trainer email ID validation. So we can write anything, right? Now instead of this true, I'm going to use our functionality that is blank. So what is blank? We want the field. So I'll insert the field in place of expression, right? Which field? I want the email ID field. So insert, right? So I'm going to check syntax. No errors found. So it is mentioned here. I'm going to change this message. Please put the appropriate value, right? I'm going to save this. Now let us check. So without putting any value, I'm going to save this. It is a message is mentioned here. Please put the appropriate value before saving, right? As of now, I'm putting any email ID. It is in the form of email ID just. So now it got saved, right? So this is the first validation about email, and it was by using is blank, right? Now it is null. This is same if the field. So these definitions are same, but is there any difference between these two? Is blank is considered for text, and this is for any number, right? So suppose we are talking about currency, suppose we are talking about any number, then we have to use this functionality, right? Now I'm going to create a new validation rule, and that is for is null. So here talk about mobile number. Mobile number is a number field. Let us edit. Suppose I am putting some alphanumeric value 456 anything and save this. It got saved. So it is not a number field, right? Uh, Instead of number and letters, I am putting here some special characters. So now it also got saved. So there is no number field on trainer object, right? So now I will go to candidate. So in candidate object, I can see uh, input number, ABS output, total amount. Total amount is currency, tax is currency, fees is currency. So these are all are numbers, right? So I will do some customizations here. Now go to setup and edit object. So yes, I remember now. Uh, so this is date finder, what I created yesterday, right? So it came after some time. So I took about 40 days from yesterday, right? So it came and the date is 5th. Now I'm going to use uh, is blank I have used, and I'm going to use is null. Validation rules, new, and what type of validation I'm going to create? I'm going to create about number validation, right? So I'll select, so I will put here candidate number validation, right? And in the box, I'll leave it for now. Here is null. Select this, and instead of expression, I'm going to put insert input number, right? So check syntax, no errors. What will be our error message? Our error message could be yes, please. Please fill this field in order to save the record. Wait. And now I'm talking about some field. Which field? I'm talking about input number. Save. Now go to candidate page. Refresh here. Yes. Input text input number here. So I'm making this field empty. Now I'm going to save this. So it is throwing up a message here. Please fill the this field in order to save the record. Right. So I am putting a number 2 or 3, something, anything. Save this. It will get saved. So this is null, right? Now we have a field here as a state, right? The state is a field, and uh, okay, let's create a validation rule. Object manager is here. Now I'll go to candidate and go to below of this page. Here I will create one called candidate uh, candidate state validation, right? So putting candidates state is mandatory. So any random message, I am putting here any random message. And now, so uh, this is a text, so I am putting is blank here, right? And expression is state, city, yes, state. So select the field and we'll just copy this message here also. Yes, this message and paste it here, right? Oh, check syntax. So the syntax is showing error. What is error? State is a pick list field. So right, you cannot create a validation for a pick list field. So for this, I have to first I have to make it a text, right? And then I can uh, create this validation rule. Right? So for making text, so I'm going to use this text, and in the value field, now checking syntax. Yes, no error. So now I can save this, but I have to change the field state. The record got saved, and we'll just try to check this out. So if none is selected, if something is selected, then you can select any option. Suppose we select no option, that means we don't select any option, right? And I'm going to save this, right? So it is throwing a message, okay, putting candidate state is mandatory, right?